Hello, everyone. My name is Marion with DTM Real Talk Channel. It's the channel that you can tune into, have the ability to listen to the thoughts of others about topics all over the world that touch every one of our lives. Everybody goes through basically the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. So if you're going through, someone else has already been there. Maybe you can find hope. Maybe it's a pathway that can set you on the right road just by tuning in. So DTM Real Talk, just keeping it real. And if you like it, like us at the bottom, subscribe, and let us know just how we helped you. Just keeping it real. Nothing but love. Welcome. This is DTM Real Talk, and we're just keeping it real tonight. And I do have a special guest, but before I ask her to say hello to the good folks out there, if this is your first time chiming in, please like, share, and subscribe for the algorithms in YouTube. And I thank you. I appreciate you. Going into 4 years. Thank you. Now, for my guest, JJ, say hi to the good folks out there.
Hi, how are you all?
Yes. JJ came by recommendation. Y'all know people be calling me saying, oh, you should hear her story. You should hear this one's story. So I spoke with her probably last week or this week?
Last week.
Last week. Yeah. So JJ, so where are you from, y'all? I didn't know all this now. So where are
you from? So I was born in little town 30 minutes south of Richmond, Virginia. So I was born in Virginia. I was raised in Baltimore. So I claim both. So I'm a DMV girl. Okay. And I live here in Atlanta.
I actually have friends, and it's a spiritual son and daughter, but they're my friends. I call him PBS because he's okay. B is for brother and S is for son.
Gotcha. I like that, PBS,
and his name is Charles, but it's Hill Church in Virginia, in Roanoke. He and his wife.
Oh, Roanoke. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Trey. They are amazing. So yeah, let me give you a visit sometime when I'm up that way. Yeah. So you were born, so you claim them both, Baltimore and
Virginia. I have to. Yeah.
Awesome. So what about family? Mom, dad, siblings?
So my family is half and half, primarily. Some of us are scattered all about, but our primary state is Virginia and Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, and Petersburg, Virginia. So, yeah.
Okay. So you have siblings?
Yes, I have a lot of siblings. I'm the oldest, though.
Okay. Yeah, very well. So are you the go-to girl? They run to you for everything?
When they want to.
They're
all adults, though. They're all adults. So, I'm the shortest and I'm the oldest. And so, with siblings, sometimes I can do it, but when they, but they pretty much do their thing, everybody. That's growing up, it was like that. But now that everyone is pretty much working in their respective careers, they do their thing. So what do you I do more calling them.
Okay, you do more of calling them. So what do you do today? What is your occupation? What do you do?
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm a filmmaker. Okay. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a motivational coach. I'm in the ministry. I'm a mom, a friend. I am a filmmaker, and I'm a serial entrepreneur, and So currently I have 2 movies streaming on Tubi, one on Amazon Prime, and they're also on Stash TV, the less popular platforms, Stash TV and Plex TV. But Tubi is the more popular one, and Amazon is like the big one. Amazon is like the big of the big. It's Amazon, Netflix, Tubi right now. So I have a movie, Too Crazy on Another Level, that's on Amazon Prime and Tubi. And that movie is a great movie. In fact, while I'm talking with you, I have it planned on Tubi. So guys, go to Tubi because Tubi pays more.
Well, when we're done, we're going to roll it so they can check you out.
Yes. And then I have Men Pray Too, which is a great movie as well. And that's streaming on Tubi, and we're waiting on the third feature to see who's going to pick that up, and we're in production. The third movie is called What Would You Do?
Okay.
So the first one is called Too Crazy on Another Level, TOO. The second one is Men Pray Too, TOO. And the third one, which we are waiting, is called What Would You Do?
You've got a lot of projects going on, and they are successful or becoming successful. Most of them are, according to what you just said, and I applaud you. But the good folks out there, what they want to know exactly what I want to know. You had to go through something to get to where you are.
Oh yeah, I went through a whole lot. I had a good childhood for the most part. Yeah, my stepdad, he raised me, and for the most part, my mom and my stepdad, they divorced, but prior to that, a family member, he molested. And so I never said anything until I became an adult.
Right.
Because he was favored. He was the favorite person, you know, the favorite guy.
How old were you? How old were you? I'm sorry.
I was in my single digit. Wow. Like from that, I didn't even, to this day, it's a struggle for me to eat a banana. I'm like, I'm going to eat this banana, right? And I don't make light of it, but I talk to women. I think that a lot of things that I've been through, I may not have been through it as traumatic or as consistent
as you've heard others,
as other people, but the fact that I can relate to what they've been through, and my path, my medicine, my therapy, my solution, my answer, my antidote is always God. I never told my stepdad, but I didn't tell my mom until maybe 9 years ago. I told my sisters. And so it affected me mentally. It affected my relationships. It just affected me, right? But
stop right there. Stop right there. The reason you're kind of going a little fast, but I want the good folks to understand traumatic things that happen that's traumatic in your life does cause repercussions. And you just stated one of them, which was one of the things I have in my program. You bring that, if not dealt with, if not addressed, you bring that into your relationships.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And every aspect of your relationship. Because for me, he tormented me. For one, I was quiet. I didn't say anything because I didn't think anybody would believe me. So that's the thing that I tell people, don't worry about if they don't believe you. You tell it.
Right.
You tell it. And I didn't tell it because, again, I knew that everybody loved him. He was like the soul, you know, so handsome and tall, and everybody loved him, and not him, you know.
He was a relative? Was he a
relative?
Yeah.
Yes. Normally, and unfortunately, I'm not quite sure of the statistics anymore, but it's more often than not that assault comes from a relative. Yeah, whether blood or married is some type of close relationship. It's very seldom, especially with children, it'll come from a total stranger. Not that it doesn't happen. It's just it's more common that it's someone in a close relations with a person. It's just fortunate to me that it happened that one time. I made it my business to stay away from him. Right, I just made it my business to maneuver and what have you. But he would torture me, right? So, like he would like hit me, call me names. When I was young, I used to have lick my lips, ring my lips. When we go to the park and stuff, he would have his friends joke on me. We were Muslims, so I used to have to wear the head wrap. We call it a hair piece. It's the hair wrap. I was very, very smart. I was very, very smart, and people was drawn to me. I didn't understand that as a child, you know, but I knew that people liked to be around me and liked to hear me talk. I was animated, just real smart kid, right? And so to isolate me from people, right, and to have people laugh at me, and then I'm short, Muslim. But the first time I experienced domestic violence was with my mom and her then husband. I became a drug dealer. The judge gave me 50 years. I ended up doing 2. I made first parole, came home. The CEO, I was having relationships with him in prison. We go to court. I was getting ready to go back for 48 years. They were going to give it to me.
Wait. So you started fighting, you attack him, and you go back to jail. And they give
No,
you
they were going to violate me.
to violate your probation.
Yeah.
40 years.
Yeah, because when you violate your probation, you got to go and do all that time.
I'm aware. Okay.
Yeah. So I had indefinite probation. So I told him everything in reference to me and the CEO of how we were involved while I was locked up. I forgive the person for allowing the enemy to enter into them to do an evil to me. I forgive the fact that they wasn't strong enough to say this was wrong. I should not be doing this to her. That's what I'm forgiving. God can deal with them on the rest, and I'm at peace with that. My thing is for me to be healed, not get over it, but for me to heal from it.
Wow. JJ has been through a lot, as she stated. And I want to thank you, JJ, for sharing your story. Just remember this, my sisters. Healing is a process, and it begins with acknowledging what you see in yourself. We've learned this, taking responsibility, forgiving yourself, forgiving your offenders, becoming accountable. That's important. Wise counsel, professional counsel. And actually, before I sign off, I can't go without letting you know that true love and true forgiveness can only come through Jesus Christ. He's not like one way, he's the only way. And if you haven't already, you see the Bible clearly states that we're all sinners. It just means that you've missed a mark. You haven't and you can't, under no circumstance, reach God's standards. Why? Because his standard is perfect, it's perfection. And the payment of the sin that we commit is death. See, when we sin, we deserve death. And God knew we would mess things up really bad. So he provided a solution. He loved you so much that he sent his only son to die in your place, to pay a debt that he didn't owe. Now that's love. You might say, well, Marion, I really don't understand all of that. Well, I just need to tell you that you don't have to understand it. You just have to believe it. It's called faith. Believe that Jesus died on the cross for your sins and have a desire to turn away from your sin in your heart and surrender to him. It's called repentance. It's like you want to change and you can't, or you believe you can't, you know you can't, and you believe that Jesus can, or better yet, he already has. You just have to receive his love. And my Bible puts it like this: but to many as received him, talking about Jesus, to them he gave the power to become his children. Ask his forgiveness today and receive his love. This is DTM Real Talk, and we just keeping it real. We'll see y'all next week.
Thanks for watching DTM Real Talk. Be sure to join us for more conversation. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe while you're there.